AI, or artificial intelligence, whatever you choose to call it, is the future of business, and it is here right now. If you are a business owner and you are not using ChatGPT in your business in 2023, you are missing out on a huge opportunity and you are going to be left behind. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining what ChatGPT is, how you can use it in your business, and I'm going to be showing you very specific examples of its application to your business so that you can use it to increase your growth, expand your audience, and grow your revenue in 2023. Because whether you are for or against the use of AI, I think the reality is that it is here to stay. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, it's just going to become more and more a part of the business growing process. And with that being said, if you are not using it and you choose not to adopt the use of it, you are, like I said before, going to be left behind. So whether you're new here, new to the internet, or maybe you just spend a lot of your time in a very specific corner of the internet and you haven't really heard what's going on, I'm going to catch you up to speed. AI, or artificial intelligence, refers to any type of computer software that engages in human-like activities. So this includes learning, planning, and problem solving. And so ChatGPT is a tool that was developed by the company OpenAI, which allows users to communicate with a computer in a very conversational-like manner. So you can think of it like your Google Home, your Alexa, Siri on your phone if you have an iPhone, but it's in a written format and it's like 10 times more intelligent. Unlike those that I mentioned, which operate more as a search engine in that you can ask them a question and they will scour the web for the best information that they can provide you, ChatGPT is designed to understand and interpret your inputs, your questions, and your prompts in order to generate this human-like response. And it's this key difference that makes it such a powerful tool to help you automate tasks and manage things more efficiently in your business. Because on Google, I might search something like how to be more productive in my business, and essentially I'm going to be given a bunch of different blog articles and news reports, and then I'm going to have to spend the time sorting through all those answers, trying to formulate what the best way to be productive is. Whereas with a tool like ChatGPT, I can get super specific and I can actually ask it to share the exact strategy that I should use to be more productive in my business. And it's going to take all of those same search engine results, but it's going to optimize it because the AI is trained to understand how people talk about specific topics. And so it will take all of those search engine results and optimize its response because it's trained on how people talk about a specific topic and is able to generate a response that sounds like the things that it read. And so basically it would be like you taking every result that you got when you asked Google that question, reading through all those articles and then compiling the best results. It does that for you and optimizes what the best answer to your question is. And so what this means is that you no longer have to spend hours reading and sorting through different blog articles and search results just to figure out what the best answer to your query is. ChatGPT is doing the legwork for you. And that, my friends, is exactly what leads me into the point of this video. Okay, so for a little bit of context, before I sat down and decided I was going to make a video about how to use ChatGPT in your business, I was actually brainstorming the concept for a video about different tools and techniques you could use to grow your business in 2023. Because I've been an entrepreneur now for almost 5 years, and I've learned a lot in that time about what works and doesn't work when it comes to effectively scaling and building a sustainable business. And so I thought it might be helpful as we move into a new year to share some of that insight in hopes of helping you to grow your business too. If you've followed my channel for any amount of time, you know that I am on a mission to make small business as accessible as possible to as many people as possible. And I do that by sharing advice that's going to help you be successful in your business. And so some of the key conclusions that I came to when I was brainstorming what to talk about in this video was that we need to show up consistently online in our content. We need to solidify our brand story, and we need to track our analytics in order to be able to commit to the content that is resonating with our audience and actually building an audience of prospective buyers. And so today we are going to be using ChatGPT to do all of these things, but first, I wanted to check in with ChatGPT and see if there was anything that I missed. So here's how that went. I asked ChatGPT to script a YouTube video about how to use ChatGPT to run your business more efficiently. And as you can see, it has provided a complete, mind you, pretty brief script, or what I would consider to be the outline of a script for a YouTube video on this exact topic. And this in itself leads me beautifully into the first application that I have of ChatGPT in your business. Okay, so let's talk about the first application that I see for using ChatGPT in your business, and that is scripting content. Now, if you're like me and you run a business that relies heavily on consistently showing up online, I'm sure that you know how hard it can be to constantly have to generate content ideas for your business. And if you watched my video here where I talked about my plan for generating content for my business in 2023, you know that I plan to produce a lot of content this year. And while I do have effective strategies that I use to generate those content ideas, such like the system that I share in this video, it is still a lot of work. And that is where ChatGPT comes into play. While I don't recommend that you use the answers that it gives you verbatim when it comes to scripting your videos, I think that there is a huge opportunity for ChatGPT to help overcome some of that writer's block or creative blocks that a lot of us feel when we are consistently having to pump out content. In this example here, I asked it to write the scripts for 5 TikTok videos teaching people how to grow their business. And while the scripts it gave me might not be exactly what I would say in my videos, the titles alone are enough to give me a starting point to start brainstorming what I should talk about in my content for that week. And so while in this example, I only asked for 5 ideas, you could ask for 10, 15, 20, 50 if you really wanted. And so the use of ChatGPT has effectively eliminated my need to do any kind of brainstorming. And while yes, I'm likely going to go through the answers it gave me and be selective as to which ones I pick, overall, it's going to save me hours every week in the content ideation phase. And I can see a application of its use across platforms. So whether it's TikTok videos, Instagram Reels, here in my YouTube videos, if I had a podcast, I could use it there. Maybe you need it for blog content ideas. Honestly, the application is endless. And honestly, best of all, it's free to use. So even if you ask it for ideas and you don't like what it gives you, it's not like you're losing money to come up with those thoughts. Now, I understand application number 1 might have been a bit more of an obvious one. I want to transition as we move into application number 2 into something a little bit more obscure, and that's using ChatGPT to build the brand for your business. Having a solid brand strategy allows you to build effective relationships with your audience, and it also allows prospective clients or customers to really get to know and understand what they can expect from you. Because long gone are the days where we can just show up online, say that we're selling something, and then have people come and buy from us. And so whether you've been in business for a while or you're starting out new here, I think it's really important for us to continuously be reviewing our brand strategy. And here's how we're going to use ChatGPT to do this. Now, I'm going to be using my business as the example here, but feel free to take this and apply it to your niche, your content, your industry. So basically what I did here was I started by asking ChatGPT, how do I create a brand for my business? And so it offered me a bunch of tips and helpful advice and insight onto what that actually looks like. Everything from definitions to research, development, consistency, all of the things that I talk about on this channel. And so I thought this was really cool, but again, I wanted to make it specific to my business. So I decided to ask it to create the mission, values, and unique selling points for a business that's focused on helping others to improve their social media strategy. And in this process, it generated my mission statement, it gave me some points on different values that I should consider, and it even provided me with those unique selling points that set me apart from the competition. And again, these are all valuable components when it comes to creating your brand and really understanding what that brand is. But again, I wanted to take it one step further. So next what I did was I asked it to create a brand strategy document that outlined the brand's positioning, messaging, and target audience for a business that's focused on helping others to improve their social media strategy. And so what I actually did here was when I first asked ChatGPT how to create a brand for my business, it generated those 6 points. I actually copied and pasted one of the 6 points that it told me I needed and then used it in application to my business. And so as you can see on the screen here, it very quickly came out with my brand positioning, my brand messaging, and who my target audience is. Now, would I go ahead and directly copy and paste this message onto my website? Absolutely not, but I think it's a really valuable starting point to begin the brainstorming process. And I think what happens a lot of the time is that as business owners, we get so caught up in the day-to-day of what we actually do, we kind of forget how to explain what we do to other people who maybe aren't familiar with our business. And like, I don't know about you, but sometimes I just kind of like forget how to describe what it is that I do. And because of that, and because we're so focused on working in our business and doing the actual work, it can sometimes make it really hard to attract new leads into our business and gain new audience that's interested in what we do because we're so focused on doing versus talking about what we're doing. And so I think that using a tool like ChatGPT to really help remind us of why it is we do what we do and what it is we do exactly is super, super valuable. And it's a tool that we can continue to come back to time and time again throughout the year. Or maybe you're in the position I was this time last year where I was getting ready to transition out of one business into another. This would have been a great tool to have to really set the foundation as I transitioned into this new business. So whether you're looking to refresh your memory or spark some new ideas, I think there's a great opportunity to utilize ChatGPT to help in that process. Okay, lastly, I want to talk about the importance of using and actually paying attention to your analytics and the content that you create for your business and how ChatGPT can help you do this. Again, if you saw my content strategy for 2023 video, which I will have linked in the description below, you may or may not remember how I was really stressing the importance of utilizing your analytics to be able to optimize the type of content that you are spending your time creating. And so basically what I'm recommending is that you allow periods of time where you experiment with different or maybe new styles of content and then utilize your analytics to show whether or not that type of content is resonating with your audience, figuring out which ones are and which ones aren't, ditching the ideas that aren't working, and then doubling down on whatever's working. Because all too often I get tons of DMs from people being like, Danielle, my content isn't showing up in the algorithm. And I ask them like, are you still making the same content you were making a year ago, 2 years ago? And when they tell me yes, I'm like, hello, maybe it's time you actually pay attention to your analytics, change the style of content you want to use, and change it for long enough that you can actually see whether or not there is momentum utilizing this new style of content, or if you have to go back to the drawing board and come up with something else. But honestly, that's a video for another day. Let's talk about how we can apply ChatGPT in this scenario. So in order to do this, let's start by asking ChatGPT, what kind of analytics should I be tracking in my business? As you can see, the results the AI is sharing here focus heavily on those of you who have websites that you use to drive traffic to your offer, such as e-commerce businesses. And these are all very important when it comes to understanding and optimizing growth in your business. Now for this video, I'm focusing more on social media content specifically, so I decided to go ahead and ask, why is it so important to track the likes, comments, and shares that your content receives? And the result was many of the same sentiments that I've shared before. Social media engagement is a good indicator of how well your content is resonating with your audience. Social media engagement can also help increase the reach of your content. Lastly, and most importantly, tracking social media engagement can also help you to understand what types of content are most popular with your audience, which can inform your content creation strategy going forward. And so while this is all well and good when it comes to understanding how you can grow your business on social media, we want to know how we can use that information to actually grow the bottom line in our business, right? Because as much as we love creating content, we're not out here to just do it for fun. We're here to make some money. So I finally decided to ask ChatGPT, how can tracking your analytics help to improve conversion rates and increase revenue in your business? And here is the result. Overall, it's a very practical summary to help you understand the utilization and importance of analytics in your business. Personally, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about the application of AI in business, and I'm really excited to see kind of where it starts to go in the months and years to come. And if you have a business and you're using ChatGPT in your business, I would love for you to share in the comments what that looks like and how you're using it. And further to that, if you have a business and you're not using it, why not? What are your hesitations or concerns around AI in your business? Because whether you are for or against the use of AI in business, I think that the reality is that it's here to stay. And it's only going to continue to grow and evolve from here. Now, it's hard to say what exactly that's going to look like, but I can already think of a few basic or more common sense tasks that I would love to use AI to sort of automate in my business. And so my advice for you, if you are someone who's a little bit concerned about AI, as we come to the conclusion of this video, is that rather than seeing AI as a replacement for human ingenuity and intelligence, I encourage you to think about it as a tool that you can utilize to enhance your efficiency. Because the reality reality is that AI is a huge opportunity for us to optimize and save time in our business. I'm considering of turning this ChatGPT experimentation into a bit of a series here on my channel. So if you have any creative or unique ways that you would love to see me apply ChatGPT to in my business, please let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you have questions, you can leave those down there as well. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, as well follow me over on Instagram and TikTok where I'm offering free small business advice daily. I post new videos here on YouTube every Friday, and I will see you in the next one.